Hello everyone, welcome to Learn Python in 10 minutes. I am Savyasatchi, faculty at Pixeltests. So we are learning Python as it's used in many fields and industries: engineering, web development, AI, machine learning, data science, and more. So once you learn the fundamentals, you can grow into the job of your choice with massive salaries. Python is the first step. So let's begin. Now you can see today's Python, we are going to learn the topics which are hello world, strings, variables, arithmetic, and comments, right? To do that, what we are going to do is we are going to use Colab by Google. So this is a platform provided by Google where you do not have to install any kind of software or IDE on your system, right? So now let me tell you how to use it. So let's cover from hello world, right? So hello world starts with the print statements. So if we want to communicate with the computer, we need to teach it how to speak, right? So now print statement is something that we use to accomplish this. Now this is how we do it, right? So we come to Colab, we use print and say give double quotes, then hello world, right? So now after that, you need to click on connect here. So when you connect, Google Colab allocates a little RAM and runtime for your notebook, right? So it takes a while. So once you do that, you can click on this play button to run the program. So now it is initializing. It got connected. Now let me click to run this. You can see that this is the output. It printed hello world. So this print statement is used to print any kind of statements onto the screen, right? So this is the first part. And now if you look at the next immediate step is to learn about strings. So what is strings? Strings is nothing but a series of letters, numbers, symbols, right? So now strings can be defined in different ways. So the first way is just write print and write the whole statement or paragraph that you want and include it in double quotes, right? So let's just try doing that. Say welcome to Pixeltests. So it would run. You can run it, and you can even combine multiple strings using the symbol plus, right? So let's just say print I will, and I'm giving a plus, and say is it Python, right? So when you run it, it will print I will ace it Python, right? So you have printed, you combined or concatenated to the ace it Python, the second string with the first string, right? And there are a few common errors what people do while using print statements or strings is mismatched codes. So what happens is you put either let's just say, let's remove this. You mismatch codes. First you start with double quote and maybe end with a single quote. Now if you run that, now what happens is you will get a syntax error, right? And let's just say you do not give any quotes and you just try to print it, so it will still give you error. So these are like a few common errors people do because now the machine does not know what to do next, right? So it gives you a little understanding of what you can do, like print and add your parentheses here, missing parentheses in call to print. Did you mean? So it is helping you, right? Now this is what we learn in strings. It's a very simple concept. Now variables. When we come to variables, what are variables, right? So we need to include a little data that keeps on changing, right? So this data could be the location of a plane, time of the day, or the Netflix show that you're watching, right? So it keeps changing, right? It's not just static. So the only important thing that we need to remember is how do we define it. So let's see that. Now, what we do is we define it with the symbol equal to, and before on the left hand side we write the name of the variable. Now here greeting message and says namaste from Pixeltest, right? So now you can next time say hello from Pixeltest. Next time you can say hi from Pixeltest. Now you can change it. Now we are saving it in greeting message, right? So it's like the envelope. Now let us do that. So now what I'm trying to do here is, okay, yeah. So let's add a new code, and we're going to use greeting message. So see that you don't have any space after the equal to sign, and let's say hello from Pixeltest. Now if I run it, it will directly save hello from Pixeltest as a string in greeting message variable, right? So now to print it, we are going to say print greeting underscore message, right? Now you can run this. Now see, you have printed hello from Pixeltest, right? So you can state a lot of things, just save a lot of things this way. Now let's just say current underscore lesson equal to 3. Now not instead of string, I'm giving a numeric, and I'm just going to say print current underscore lesson. Let's run this. Now that particular variable got printed. Variables are very useful, right? So now what we do is, like, you can even put up your dates, like, today's date equal to, you can save the date. So let us try to do that. Today's underscore date equal to, let's just say 16. Okay, let's keep it as a string. 16 November 22. Now instead of printing it here, it's today underscore date, right? So now it will print, it will run all these, right? So now that got printed. So now that's about variables. Now if we proceed further, we go to arithmetic. So now the basic form of arithmetic, you can see, is your calculator. So it computes all your symbols, multiplication and addition, and all the other functions also, right? So now the same way we use Python, the way we concatenated two strings, we can add two numbers, we can multiply, we can subtract with the common symbols that we use. We use asterisk to multiply two numbers, right? So if you see them, let's just say the same way, we just go code and say now apples equal to 2 baskets, 3 each, right? So now let's just say print apples I can see the product is 6. So now this is how you can use arithmetic on variables. And if you want to, there's a new operator that Python introduces, which is the modulo operator. Now modulo operator is something that returns the reminder. Like if you want to know what is the reminder when one particular number is divided by 1 or 2 or 3 or any other number, you can just check it, right? So let me just do that. So this helps you in trying to understand if a number is divisible. So now while doing programming, this comes handy. So we are going to show you how it works. So let's just say now we want to know what is the remainder when 151 is divided by 2, right? It is 1. So now the remainder. So what we have done, we have saved this reminder in the variable called reminder. Now let's say print reminder, right? Let's run it. Now you see we have printed 1, right? So now let's just say if you want to divide it by 3 and know what is the remainder, it's still 1, right? So that's how this works, right? So now let's just say 150 divided by 2, remainder would be 0, right? So 2 into 75 is 150 and there's nothing remains. So you can check if numbers are divisible by other numbers, with the modulo operator, right? So the percentage here behaves differently. It is called the modulo operator. Now, if we come back to this, again, the final concept for this is comments. Now, what happens is Python runs every line that it comes across. But if you want it to not run some part, some statement, that is where we use comments. So the machine does not run this code. It is only used for humans to read. So we want to write code that is understood by somebody else if they reads it, or even if you want to leave notes for yourself in future, right? So you just have to use an asterisk symbol and work it. So let's just say, let's do this. We put up code. Now this is city population is, let's just say 13, right? Now, what we want to tell them is what this city pop means. So we just say city population is stored as city underscore pop, right? Or you just say, okay, you can say anything, right? So you can just run it. So this particular line does not run, right? So let me show it to you. Let me write it below. This says city population and say print city underscore pop, right? Now below that, let me say this prints population. Let's run this. So now if you see, the population was saved and the population was printed, but these lines did not run. So if you want to write something like this without the asterisk, you'll run into an error, right? So this is one common error that people do. People write comment and they do not include the asterisk symbol, right? So that brings us to the end of this session, right? In our next session, we're going to cover updating variables, numbers, booleans, multi-line strings, and value. So in the description, you'll find the link to the playlist of all the videos on the Python in 10-minute series. And the code snippets and notes are available in the blog section on pixeltests.com. So the link is in the description. And you can also subscribe to our free Python email course, right? That is all, the link of that also is there in the description. And if you like the content, just go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. Thank you so much.